Alrighty, what's up guys? Welcome back to a new video on East Coast Manga. Today we're going to be doing my June manga haul. I have about maybe 50 plus volumes in this. It's not like a ginormous one, but this is definitely a pretty good sized one, especially compared to some of my other hauls more recently. Now I got some really cool stuff this month. I will say some of it has been more so kind of catching up, and I still have some catching up to do. Hopefully with this Right Stuff summer sale happening, I will be able to do that. Also just want to plug, I do have a affiliate link down below, so if you do end up buying something and want to support the channel, feel free to use that link. You can save it for future use if you're not using it right away. You can also let me know what you purchased via either Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube. Hit me up on any of the platforms. First thing I want to show you guys, I am so happy. I've been sleeping on this for like 2 years, and I definitely have had a lot of opportunities to buy it, but I have not actually had an opportunity to buy it at this price point. Paid $130 for this, which is a lot of money, but for 26 volumes and this box set, I think it's the best. I mean, I have not seen this go for $130 for the last 2 years or so that I've been collecting manga. The most popular price is about $160 for this on Amazon, but without further ado, I do have the Dragon Ball Z box set, which is just amazing. This is not a brand new box set, so I'm sure some of you guys have already seen this before. I'll flip it open and I'll show you guys. But Dragon Ball was just one of my favorite series I ever read, and I only read it about, once again, like maybe 2 years ago when I first started collecting manga. So for anyone who doesn't know, I'll just show you guys the inside. This is what the inside looks like. It's 26 volumes. And yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to absolutely blow through this, and then I will maybe pick up Dragon Ball Z, or no, sorry, Dragon Ball Super, maybe, I think in the individuals or the singles. I think that's how they're selling them right now. I wonder if there'll be a box set. I really don't know. I haven't heard too much about it. I think it's still ongoing. But yeah, let's move on to the next manga. So I picked this up in Anime Boston as well as one other manga, but it is Persona 5 Volume 1. I just love Persona 5, the video game. I don't know too much about the manga, so I at least wanted to get one volume to kind of check it out. I figured, you know, if I don't like it, it's only one volume, but if I do like it, you know, at least I'll be able to start. Somewhere in here, as I talk, I'll also mention that I will be, you know, obviously including some of the artwork and stuff like that. The next volume, this is from Takehiko Inoue. This is Real Volume 15. I am super happy to have picked this up. This is his most recent volume in the Real series, which is a wheelchair basketball series from the creator of Vagabond and Slam Dunk. I've been kind of waiting on reading this series. I've been hearing amazing things, but I've been kind of waiting on it because I did know that Volume 15 was coming out, and I know he's continuing to work on it, so I might just wait till he's finished. I already know I'm gonna like it. That's not even in question. And I do have some other things that are finished that I do kind of want to work on and just start like wrapping up some series. On the other hand, I may just feel like one day I do want to check it out, so that's kind of a toss-up. We'll see how it goes. Next we have a series which has been very popular the last couple days with its variant covers and people paying anywhere from $100 to $300, and yes, $300 for one volume of a variant cover of this series, which is absolutely ridiculous. You are legitimately a crackhead if you paid $300 for the variant cover. I don't care how you feel. We have Wodokoi, Love is Hard for an Otaku. Yes. So we have Volume 1. This is the normal Volume 1. And then we have Volume 2. Now I will say this was a bit of an impulse buy compared to a lot of other series that I bought this month. This was something where Volume 2 at a store I was at was significantly heavily discounted, and Volume 1 was discounted. This was not like a full retail store, but I'm not gonna say I didn't have any interest in this series, but it wasn't at the top of my list. But at the same time, I've just been hearing about how popular it is, and especially people, once again, wanting to pay hundreds of dollars for this, you know, certain covers or certain editions. I figured I'd give it 2 volumes, check it out. If I don't like it, either way, I could probably get my money back if I wanted to sell it. Next we have a series which I really liked the first couple of volumes of, and then I kind of got into my period where I didn't really buy much manga for multiple reasons, mostly the fact that it was in storage. But we have 3 volumes of Blue Period. Volumes 4, 5, and 6. This technically, up until this day, brings me up to date to where Blue Period is in the English releases. Volume 7 does come out either later this month or early in July, I'm not 100% sure, but as of recording this video, I'm pretty sure I am fully up to date. Or Volume 7 released today, and I'm just now remembering. I'm not sure. But either way, this is a really cool painting manga, which once again, I've talked about in some of my other videos, I did not expect to actually like, but I'm trying to remember, I think Jake the Pog had told me about it for a while, and it kind of piqued my interest, so I'm like, alright, fine, then, let's check it out, see how it goes. And I really did end up liking it. And then another series which didn't really actually surprise me how much I liked it, because it had a certain aspect of kind of streetwear and fashion that I do enjoy. Now, another series which I'm going to show you guys right now is a series which it didn't necessarily surprise me how much I liked it, because it did have some elements involving kind of streetwear and fashion that I do like, but it is just a really good manga, at least the first 2 volumes are. And this is Boys Run the Riot, volumes 3 and 4. This actually completes the series at 4 volumes, so super happy to have this completed. I also love when a series is only 4 or 5 volumes. I don't know, it just kind of makes it a little more impactful to me. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's nice to have a series that is shorter than your typical either 10 volumes for your normal non kind of Shonen Jump series, and then your Shonen Jump series obviously, which is, can be 30 plus volumes. Next we have a super popular manga, probably one of the most popular Shonen Jump mangas going on currently. We have Chainsaw Man volumes 10 and 11. This completes the first part, or the first half of Chainsaw Man. I'm not exactly sure, I don't remember exactly how they're parting it. It might just be the first part. But yeah, this completes the first part. I believe he's continuing it in July, I think it was. Either July or August, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's July. And I am super happy to have this completed and be able to binge the rest of it. I forget exactly where I left off. I'll probably end up restarting it, as it doesn't really take that much time to read, and I don't exactly remember what happened where I left off. I think I probably left off around volume 5 or 6, I'm not sure, but it's been a while. So I figured this is probably just the best way to do it. Next we have Frieren Beyond Journey's End. I think that's how you pronounce it. But we have volumes 1 and 2. I've heard really good things about this series, so I am very excited to check it out. This is probably either next, or I'm almost done with Hellsing, so I'm gonna try to finish Hellsing. I only have 9 and 10 to finish, and then I'm gonna try to start Frieren. But yeah, it sounds like a pretty good adventure type manga. Like I said, I've heard pretty good things about it. I don't know how many volumes are out, but I believe it's still ongoing. You guys can correct me down in the comments, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, another manga to kind of stay tuned for as, the manga vlogs and stuff like that come out, or maybe it'll even have its own separate video. Next we have Mashall Volume 6, which, like every other Mashall volume, was a banger, absolutely fantastic. I actually just finished this last night. This is the type of series where literally as soon as I get the volume, it's read that same day or it's read that same night. I just really enjoy it. It's such a good time to read. It's very easy. It's not like, I don't know, I feel like it's not like filler volumes. I don't know, I'm just a huge fan of it. Like I tell a lot of people, I think it's somewhere between One Punch Man and Harry Potter, but has its own kind of uniqueness to it, and people can have their gripes or whatever, but I just don't really overthink it, and I just really enjoy the volumes. Next we have the Death Note short stories. This is actually something that when they first released it, I did read. I don't know if I read all of it, like everything that's in here, but I did read at least like certain portions online because I was very curious. You kind of heard a lot about it, and just the fact that they were doing some more with Death Note, I don't know, I just couldn't hold myself back, so I did read a little bit of it. So I did read a little bit of it online, and I really liked it. I, have to go through this whole thing because I don't know if I read the whole thing, but I will let you guys know at a future point. Next we have Crazy Food Truck, and I love this crazy color with the color schemes and everything like that. It looks great. The actual manga itself, I am kind of shocked it's not wrapped up in the stores. I mean, basically every like 3 pages, this girl just has her tits out, and it's just, that's what it is. It's I'm not gonna say it was bad. It was just kind of, to me, it was kind of mid. The story wasn't really that good. It was, and it wasn't, I wouldn't even say it was ecchi, because it was just, it almost seemed like there was a lot of fan service for no reason, and it was just, I don't know, the entire manga just seemed kind of slow, and I don't mean slow paced, but just kind of like dumb. I don't know, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I probably will not get volume 2 of this. I think the food and stuff was cool, but I'm not really a huge person when it comes to like food in manga. Like I don't watch or read Food Wars or anything like that. So I don't know. Some of you guys might like it. I know some people do. I wouldn't obviously say 100% take my word for this. I would definitely check it out for yourself. But personally, not the biggest fan. Then the next volume I picked up this month was Sensei's Pious Lie. This one is interesting. Now this manga is definitely something I would describe more as ecchi. Definitely not, at least this volume, not in lines with like hentai, but it's definitely somewhere in the ecchi realm. It kind of feels like somewhere around a Shuzo Oshimi manga or just something kind of dark. I think this volume itself wasn't crazy dark. It obviously had, it had some dark elements to it, but it's far from some of the darkest stuff I've read, while still obviously keeping it to manga. But this was a wrapped up volume for obvious reasons. This is a weird kind of, this is a manga about like weird relationships. This is one that I cannot describe to you. I just don't even know how I would. So I'm gonna leave the description over here. It'll easily be able to tell you way better than I can. But my opinion on it, I will try out volume 2, which I think is already released, or it's going to be released very soon, and I'll let you guys know. I have heard that it does get darker, which I am kind of interested in, because there's a certain element to it where like a story needs to hook you, and this one is like on the edge, but I'm not 100% sure if it's really hooked me yet. Curious where the story goes though. As her friend's fiance is definitely a scumbag. I don't know how far he's gonna take it. This manga also kind of addresses and deals with some interesting things when it comes to the power complexes between men and women in relationships, and also revolving around sex. So definitely some interesting stuff in here, but I think volume 2 is really gonna be the one that says, okay, am I gonna keep collecting this or am I not? I don't even know how many volumes are coming out for it, but I think probably at least 4 or 5, I'm not sure. Next, getting into some Shuzo Oshimi manga, we have Welcome Back, Alice, which I have read a decent amount of online way past this volume, and it does get super dark. I am a fan of this series. I am a fan of Shuzo Oshimi. I do like kind of the darker tone that a lot of manga he writes brings. This is definitely something a little different than some of the other stuff he's written, but I think there's a lot of story and also kind of a lot of power complexes in it. I have talked about this manga though in another video and then also on my Instagram, so I'm not going to go too much into it, and I also kind of want to leave you guys up to some surprise when it comes to this manga, because there are certain points in either volume 2 or volume 3 where you're going to be like, whoa, what is happening? Why is this happening? So yeah, welcome back, Alice. Next we have Devil Ecstasy by Shuzo Oshimi. This one's pretty easy to explain. Basically, essentially you have a brothel that shows up, and there's like 300 women who work there. They're all succubuses or succubi, whatever, and essentially they grow power, and essentially they grow and gain power by having sex with guys. So that's where this story goes, and then the guy ends up dying. So it's interesting. It's one of his earlier manga. It's definitely far from his best. You can tell within the artwork that the artwork is not bad by any means, don't get me wrong. There's mangaka right now who are drawing who aren't as good as some of the stuff in here. But I would also say this is far from his worst manga. So yeah, I mean, if you like Shuzo Oshimi, if you like his darker toned manga, I would say pick this up. But if you're not a huge fan of Oshimi and you're not a huge fan of the description I just gave, I would probably let this go. I probably wouldn't pick this up, but I think it's only gonna be 2 omnibuses, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. Next we have Bride Story Volume 1 and 2. This is the same mangaka who did Emma. Now, I have not read Emma. It's something I'm looking to collect, but Volume 1 is out of stock, so I believe they're reprinting it in July, so I'm going to try to jump on that when I can. They're really, really nice hardcover quality editions with a slipcover, which you do not see super often, whether it's on hardcovers or soft covers. And I'm about a volume and a half through. And so far it seems like it's about this woman who gets married into another kind of kingdom, and she's like, I think in her late 20s, and her husband, or the king, or whatever, however you describe it, prince, is actually only like 13 or 14. So it is a weird concept, but I don't think it kind of gets weird and down maybe the road that some of you guys may be thinking when you hear that. But yeah, once again, I'm about a volume and a half in. I'm liking it. I still have to finish this other half volume. It's a little expensive, so I will be trying to pick it up. Maybe if Right Stuff puts it on a sale, that would be awesome. But yeah, I will be picking it up slowly and letting you guys know how it goes. Next we have Alice in Borderland Volume 2. Do I even need to say more? This volume is crazy. I loved it. It's still not fully up to date to where the show left off. The show actually has more than what this volume and the last volume has. And it is interesting because there are still like certain things as I was rewatching the show with my brothers that I noticed that the show had, the manga didn't, but some of that is more so for kind of entertainment purposes. But yeah, this volume we are introduced to the beach, and man, everything, no spoilers, everything is about to get really, really crazy in the next volume. So if you guys are liking Alice in Borderland, make sure to stay tuned for that. The next volume we have is the Apothecary Diaries. I believe that's how it's pronounced. And I will tell you right now, I don't know a single thing about this manga. I'll leave the description right here. I know nothing about this. This was something that HBO Manga had recommended to me enough times to where when I've actually found Volume 1, I did pick it up. It's kind of a hard manga to find Volume 1 of in person. You probably find it online, but in person, I like rarely, only this one time I found Volume 1, so yeah, picked it up. I have not read it yet. It will be read soon, as I only have 1 volume and it's pretty short. Typically I read volumes, like if I only have 1 volume, I usually read it pretty quickly after I buy it. Yeah, if you have read this manga, leave it down in the description whether you liked it or not, and whether you're continuing to purchase. I think the newest volume comes out soon. There's more volumes than this, just Volume 1. But the newest volume I think either comes out this month or next month. Next we have Die Dark Volume 2. This is from the same creator as Dorohedoro. I do have Volume 1 back there. You can actually see it right there. And this is not a series that I have started yet, but I really, really love Dorohedoro. So when I saw that this was half off at Comicopia, I decided to go ahead and pick it up, because if I was going to pick it up eventually at some point, you know, half off is much less than if I were to pay full retail. And personally, I'm actually not a huge fan of paying full retail for some of these 7 Seas books, because it's $14 and like a very small book. Not only that, but like it's small and it doesn't even really use like even close to the whole page. So yeah, $14, a lot of money for these. Next we have Made in Abyss Volume 10, which, you know, I've talked about this series enough. You guys know my opinions. There's certain things within this manga which are usually either at the beginning or the end of these volumes, which have nothing to do with the story, that I'm not a huge fan of. I've already talked about this before though. So yeah, those suck, but the actual story is very, very cool. The art's unique, the story is totally unique. So yeah, very interested to continue this, although I am probably gonna have to start from the beginning because I don't remember anything that's happening. And then the last volume that I've picked up this month, we have Kaiju number 8, Volume 2. And this is such a sick color for a volume. I love this. This is a really cool series. I have Volume 1 back there. I'm going to start from the beginning at Volume 1 and read through to this volume. I've only read either a chapter or 2 when it was first announced on the Shonen Jump app. I like went straight on there. I even made a video, I think I made a video about Kaiju number 8, that it was a very hyped up manga within a lot of my friends and kind of the people who I talk to on MangaTube, and also some Instagram people. But yeah, I am curious how it's developing. I've heard really, really good things, so yeah, I am definitely very excited to pick this up. There's one more volume actually, but I don't have it because I actually gave it to my homie for his birthday last weekend, and that is Blue Lock. Blue Lock is fantastic. I made a whole video about it. I would highly recommend picking it up if you haven't already. I still need to get myself another copy, so that'll be in the works, that'll be in the future. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my manga haul. Make sure to stay in tune for the manga reading log where I talk about some of this stuff and also some other stuff a little more in depth. And yeah, it's gonna be it for this video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.